Echoes of truth.
Do you believe in God?
I believe there's some explanation for this universe, which you might call God.
What do you worship?
Well, I don't really worship anything, but I do devote myself to the advancement of humanity using technology.
Do you pray?
I don't. I didn't even pray when I almost died of malaria.
Wow, that's really not praying.
Right.
Do you have a spiritual life?
Well, it sort of depends on what spiritual means. And there's certainly things that we don't understand about the universe. But I'm less convinced that there's, say, some super consciousness watching over our every movement and kind of evaluating it against some criteria, like deciding whether we're going to go to one place or another when we die.
Mm-hmm.
That's unlikely.
Right.
Sodom and Gomorrah, dark. Yikes. Yeah, God sure changes his mind. From the Old Testament to the New Testament, I'm like, whoa, that's pretty vengeful in the Old Testament. Maybe we can have a chapter past Revelations. But is there a happy ending here? Revelations Part 2, the happy ending?
So it's like a 60-70% yes?
As Einstein would say, I believe in the God of Spinoza. We got
pastor, and his pastor was like, y'all young people's finding out the secret. And I asked him, what secret is he talking about? He said, yes, America is Egypt. He was like, that's what the Seminole War was about, the Louisiana Purchase was about. And he was like, look up this map. It's called Tamari. And he said, y'all, it's Tamarikans. So I went to look up at the map, right? And I was amazed he was right. He was like, that's y'all true nationality. And he was like, when the Seminole War broke out, that's when they won and they took over America and started calling them Americans, and they spelt it different. And the Bible is based upon y'all. All pastors know this, Freemasonry know this, everybody know this.
Pyramid on the Nile in Northeast Africa doesn't have stair steps going up it. It doesn't have temples on top of its summits. They could not go and break through the boat on the temples atop those great pyramids. There are none there. And that was the clue that Egypt was writing about the Americans. And the deeper I got into the records, the clearer it got. They started actually saying, and because Amen loved that land so much, he said it's his beloved land, and that word was Mary, the beloved. Mary, M-E-R-I, Mary. And the land, of course, as before, is Ta, the beloved land, Ta Mary. And they kept that name and just put the Ta on the end of it, so Ta Mary became a Mary Ta. We simply say America. We kept the name that Egypt gave to the Americans. So that was the big mystery behind that $10 million map that Martin Waldseemüller made and then put the name America on it in 1507. And then those who knew and those who were trying to hide things said, wait a minute, you can't put that name on here. And the next time he reprinted that map, it was off, it was gone. Because that's the name that Egypt had given the land.
The hidden Egypt. Is it possible that the heart of the biblical Egypt was in the Americas? Let's talk about it. Now, when it comes to looking for the geographic locations of certain civilizations, using the description from the books that talk about these civilizations, such as the Bible talking about Egypt, one of the best clues of finding a geographic location of a civilization is to look at the description of the big famous body of water that is next to these civilizations. For example, the most famous body of water next to Egypt, according to the Bible, happens to be the Nile. Now let's take a look at one of the descriptions of what the Bible says about the Nile River. This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 15. And the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea, and with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the 7 streams, and make men go over dry shod. So in the book of Isaiah it says that the Nile has 7 major streams. However, when you look up the modern African Nile, it only has 3 main tributaries, 3 main streams. But the Bible states that the Nile has 7 streams. So when discussing ancient Egypt, the focus has to be on the Nile River system of the White Nile and the Blue Nile, which is allegedly the longest river in the world at 4,132 miles long. However, when you combine the Mississippi River system of the Missouri River, 2,540 miles, and the Mississippi, 2,340 miles, you have a total length in miles of 4,890, which is 758 miles longer than the Nile River system that is in Africa. So yes, the Mississippi River system is the longest, which is a strong indication that it was your first Nile River system. So the Mississippi River has 7 major streams, and it flows into the Gulf of Mexico, which possibly could indicate that the Gulf of Mexico was once known as the Egyptian Sea in the book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 15. Additional clues can be found with a quick study of the etymology of the name Missouri. You will learn that it's just a corruption of the word Mitzrayim, Who was Mitzrayim? Mitzrayim, according to the Bible, was the son of Ham. He was the younger brother of Cush and the elder brother of Phut and Canaan, the Phoenicians. Those families together made up the Hamite branch of Noah's descendants. So Mitzrayim is the Hebrew word for Egypt. So yeah, as I've stated, the modern African Nile only has 3 main tributaries, 3 main streams coming from the Nile. But the Bible states that there are 7. The Mississippi has 7 major streams and is one of the longest rivers in the world, and it flows into the Mexican Gulf, or what is possibly the tongue of the Egyptian Sea.
Top of a pyramid appears in Louisiana, South Shore.
There it is, folks. There's the pyramid. I did a video of this pyramid in Egyptian. Look how big it got. Look at it. That's all it's like. This is the South Shore, Lakeshore Drive, Louisiana. Now you believe it?